So God's been telling me lately about kind of why this feels so heavy for me sometimes. Because I really do struggle. Like, I really struggle still. And it's mostly because, again, like, my environment. Like, I just feel like it's suffocating me, and I can't, like, not be honest about that, because it is. I feel like I'm being suffocated in my environment. And that's because I've come so far neurologically, and I have to exist around people who aren't like that. And that causes me great suffering. It does. It causes me deep pain and deep suffering and all this stuff, because I just feel so unseen. I feel so misunderstood. I feel so just like, I also just can't stand to be around people who I can't have intellectual conversations with. Like, it is driving me nuts. It is killing me. And that's like what I'm realizing has killed me all my life, is I've had to come down to like other people's level, like my whole life, which has been incredibly difficult. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of having to meet people at their level. I need to like be around, people who are at my level, which this community has provided for me, but like, it only goes so far. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I need that in-person like mirroring back to me, in order to like survive. Like, that's what we need neurologically. So it's like God has basically like starved me of it, right? And that's like a lot of us awakening. We have to deal with this awful feeling of like being torn in two, your the way that you exist, but at the same time it's not new. It's just that we're just like so exhausted by it. That's the hard thing, is I'm starting to realize like I've just existed this way my whole life, which is why I'm so fucking tired of it. And of course God has made me have like extreme measures that he's gonna have to take to get me out of it, which of course, as somebody who's had anxiety all my life, I am like, okay, I just have to trust God. Which is like not an easy thing for me, because again, he like lost my trust all my life, which is what he's doing to a lot of us right now, right? That's why we don't trust God to fix this, because like, look at what he's done to it. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's not just on a like societal level, but it's on a personal level. You know how everybody feels about society, like, oh, this is just fucking hopeless, and like there's nothing that can happen and all that stuff. I feel that not only for society, but I also feel that on a personal level. And it's interesting, because I actually have more belief in society changing than my life changing, because that's how bad my life has been. And God told me that the reason he does that is so on the other side of this, when it does get good, not only does it produce gratitude, but it also produces the feeling of never fucking questioning yourself whether you deserve it or not. And that is something that celebrities or rich people have to live with, like whether they, again, consciously realize they think about it or not, but they like question whether they deserve it or not. And that guilt can eat people alive, and that guilt will, you know what I'm saying? Like why do I deserve this and other people don't? And it's like, well, I'm not going to question that at all. I will never question that, because of how difficult the Lord has made my life, like how difficult God has made my life, like how difficult he's made existing for me. And again, it's like, it's not difficult in the same ways that other people's lives are difficult. It's difficult on an intellectual level for me. It's difficult on an emotional level for me. That kind of stuff, which produces extreme pain. It's like, whether I would, that's the thing that's hard for me to explain to people too, is I get all these assumptions, and people think all these things because of the appearances of my life, but the appearances of my life have nothing to do with how I've actually felt in it my whole life. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, I've genuinely never been in the reality of my family, like ever, because like I've always listened to like super emo music, and like I've always put my headphones on, and I've gone to a different realm of reality with my music alone. I always had my headphones in when I was around them, or I try to minimize conversation, or I try to not exist in their reality as much as I can. And the reason for that was so that when I got to this time, I would realize like I'm letting go of nothing that is worth like keeping around. Like, I was always different. I was always meant for something different than their destiny, than what they are doing. And like, I can't help that, because, again, I know what I'm walking into. I know that I'm going to get so much projection. I'm going to get so much like, you're doing the wrong things, that kind of shit, or whatever the fuck it is. You know, a lot of us get this right now, and it's like, okay, well, you were never existing in the same reality as them, and they were destined for a different path of awakening than you, because everybody is going to awaken. That's the other thing. And so, you know, I just trust that God will awaken them, and I trust that God will help me, and I trust that God will help society. I trust that with all my heart and soul. And like, again, my channels have really helped with that. I didn't always feel this way, but I do now. And so I'm completely changed, you know, and that's what's excruciating, is to have to exist around people who are exactly the same, and I have completely changed, and I was already different my entire life, so now I'm like extra different, you know what I'm saying? So so this excruciating part is so I'll never question whether or not I deserve what I'm gonna get in the future. I will not have doubts. You know, it's also helping me feel like I'm not crazy, because I can tell that these people are crazy because they're all doing the wrong shit. And they're not helping people, and they're hurting people, and they're hurting me, and they're not allowing me to exist in my reality, and they're doing all the things you shouldn't fucking do as a fucking human. So it's like, again, God's creating this, like, I won't question myself at all. And that's something that modern celebrities and stuff, like people who are rich, don't get. They don't get this like peace of mind of like, you don't question yourself, you don't feel like you're crazy, and you feel like you deserve everything that is coming for you. Because you've had so much of the opposite, because you've had so much evidence of the opposite. That's what the opposite is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you sure in yourself. It's supposed to make you believe in yourself. It's supposed to make you trust yourself more. But the issue is that goes against our biology and our neurology and how we exist as pack animals and our animalistic side of being a human. And so we have to work against that in order to achieve this state of mind, which is also why God's making us work so hard to get to this state of mind, so that, again, we don't question ourselves. We feel like we deserve everything that's coming for us. We know we're right. Like, nobody can disturb or shake our peace of mind that he's giving to us. He's forging peace of mind, even though it doesn't feel that way. It feels like torture for me. It feels like torment. But he's like ingraining in me the how wrong these people are, basically. Like how I've had to sit here for 500 days and watch how they've been wrong every fucking day since I've been back here, you know? And so when I leave this place and they start to question me and they start to throw their fucking nasty neural pathways at me, I will not be fucking bothered. I will not fucking care. I just have all this rationalization now. I have all this gorgeous rationalization that God has blessed me with so that I do not have to deal with their shit. And that's like what he is, like lifting our burdens off. He's lifting the burden of guilt. He's lifting the burden of doubting yourself. He's lifting those types of burdens off of us, but he has to forge it a very specific way in order to do that. He has to push you to a point of realization, of awakening. And for me, I'm on a more extreme path of that, you know, because I have extreme things coming for me in the future. And so again, like, it's hard. Hindsight is always 20/20, but it's beautiful because God is kind of giving me that hindsight within the darkness. And he's never done that before. He's never done that before. In all of my darkness, I've just had to have blind faith and blind hope, which I still do right now. But I also have an immense amount of rationalization that is helping me while I'm in the midst of darkness. And that's a first for God too. So like that also gives me more evidence and proof that God is going to sustain this energy that I've like come to, because so I've like nothing to worry about. Of course my brain wants to worry though, because again, all the demons and all the things that we have to face, the money's the biggest thing for me. It's the finances, and also a place to stay. You know, those two things are like my biggest issue. If I could get those two issues solved, I will never look back and I will be golden. I will be absolutely golden now. I will never question if I deserve that. You know, of course, I feel guilt too, having to accept and receive from people because I was trained not to. So, it's crazy. Crazy what God does for you. And all those things. So, don't give up hope, kids. And it's all for a reason. It's just hard to see.